Hey, good evening and welcome along to Airshow World. You are Stu Bear, but hey, we've got something really special for you this evening. As you can tell, we're outside. It's a special outside broadcast this evening. And where are we? We're down here at Cosby, down in South Leicestershire, a beautiful part of the country, and it's a very special event this actual weekend. It's a little thing that's going on this weekend. Well, it's not little, it's huge. It's called the Victory Air Show, and also we've got all these reenactors, but also there's an air show. So that's what's happening this particular weekend. And as you can see, let's do a quick pan round. Hey, also, don't forget, we've got plenty of aircraft coming up for you as well. But the guys have been setting up for the last couple of days down here. And so the idea of this weekend, if you're local down here, or even if you're not, it's certainly worth coming over to the Victory Show down here at Cosby. And hey, if you're or your family have got a veteran from World War II, yeah, you're more than welcome to come along, and you'll get absolute free admission, right, for your whole family. If you've got a World War II veteran with you, free admission. But not just that, you'll get the complete VIP treatment. Okay, so that, and it's on tomorrow from is it 9 a.m? I think it's 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And hey, it's not just Stu Bear down here today. We've got the Airshow World posse. They're all down here. So we're going to say hi to a couple of folks right now before we go into the first video. Over here, we've got our very good Julie and Steve. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Sounding very posh this evening. How are you guys? All right?
Very well, Steve.
There we go. So that's Steve, SHGP, Virtual Aviation. Don't forget that. Good to have you down here. And also, who's that young lady there?
Young. I don't know.
Young. Hey, looking over our shoulder here. That's our very good Julie. And Julie, hopefully she'll be doing a few interviews with some people just a little bit later. So we'll give you the lay of the land, what it's like down here. Don't forget, they're still setting up down at this particular unique, absolutely unique place. Now, if you look way in the distance over there, you will see there's a Catalina. The Catalina came in just a little bit early today. We're going to show you that very, very soon. Also, a couple of Spitfires, a Hurricane. It's let's keep moving around. Also, we've got a few people to say hi to you. It's all going to be coming up in the next half an hour. So thank you, everybody, for joining us on this very, very special occasion. Right, we're going to go and play you a little bit of video. So I'll be back giving you a chat and everything else in about 2 minutes from now. Okay, keep watching Airshow World. Keep buying the tea. Here we go. Let's see the first clip. By the way, all the clips coming for you tonight, they're direct off the camera. Okay, so it's not being edited. It's not the fancy studio show this evening. It's literally ad hoc. It's as it comes off. Okay, totally live. Okay, let's see what we got coming up for you right now. We're not silly. Hey, right, we're back. More video of aircraft action coming up in just a moment. But before we do that, what we're going to do, we're going to have going to go through the chat room in a second. Before we do that, I'm going to point the camera over in this direction and have a quick word with Steve. Steve, tell us a little bit about that Spitfire that we just saw.
So that is a Spitfire Mark 9 MH435. It's first flew very recently. This is its first public appearance. It displayed very briefly at Duxford the other day with its sister MH434, who are both wearing the same squadron markings, slightly different letter codes towards the end. I say this is its first public appearance, as I say.
Wow, the very first public appearance. Now that is definitely worth coming along here than this particular weekend. And how much is it? Do you know, to come in? It's what is it? Is it 20?
I think off the top of my head, I think it's £30. I think it is, but that does include a battle and air show as well. So
right,
you do get a lot for your money.
I will try to find out the exact price. But as we said earlier, if any of your family, right, have got any relatives that are World War II veterans, right, the guys down here have told me that you're more than welcome to come along. You'll get in absolutely free and you'll be given the VIP treatment, and you will be in the best location through their centre line in a beautiful marquee, and you'll be treated like royalty. So hey, if you're anybody, come along. But for anybody else, if you haven't got your tickets yet, you can pay at the door, and hey, from 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, be down here. Stu Bear will be down here. That's me. I'll be doing the filming as well. So be with us. And I mean, I'm in a location at the moment where you can see all these tents and what have you. But if you look around in some of the other fields, there's all these lots of 1940s vehicles. I know you can see quite a few because they're still setting up at the moment, but all those modern vehicles, they'll be all out of the way tomorrow, and you'll literally come through the gates and you'll be transported back to the 1940s. And of course, with the air display as well, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic weekend. And not just that, the weather is looking pretty good as well. Right, before we get into the next feature, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to say hi to a few folks in the chat room, because hey, we never neglect you guys. We love you to bits, our fantastic Airshow World followers. And let's say who we're going to say hi to. We've got Jake Jackson. We've also got Clive. Clive. Where's Clive? I just lost him for a second. Clive Everly, good to see you as well. LT Viper Pilot, Mid-Atlantic RR in Aeroplanes. We also have Jake Jackson. We just mentioned you a minute ago. We also, who else have we got? Gary Inge. We have Dickie McVitie. How my boy, how are you? Good to see you. Gary is with us. We have Amy Wilson saying good evening. And that's Amy Wilson. She said, good evening, and all. Stu, looking forward to the victory show tomorrow. Hopefully see you there. That's from Amy, Claire and Dave. Absolutely be great to see you down here. And who else have we got? So many folks. If I do miss you in the chat room, because I'm sure you understand, it's a little bit, it's not the studio show. We are absolutely doing an outside live broadcast. So it is harder to see all the messages, but keep them coming in. It's wonderful to see you. And who else do we have? We have Maurice Moon. Hello, Maurice. Obviously enjoying the Spitfire that we just saw a moment ago. We have Night Stalker. We have Nick Can, Jim Gemmell. The list goes on and on. Hey, Michaela. Michaela, lovely to see you. And loads and loads of folks. I'll keep going back to the chat room every now and again. But what we're going to do right now, right, we're going to have a quick word with Paul. So Julie has got somebody over there. So yes, Julie, it's over to you.
Well, I've got Paul. Say hello, Paul.
Hello, everybody.
And Paul is going to explain to us how he got into reenactment and what his part is today and over this weekend at the Victory Show.
Hi, good evening. So I'm Paul and I run Volksjäger Regiment 2. Living History Group. We portray German Volksjäger, and we've been supporting the Victory Show for the last 7 years.
How long have you actually been into reenactment?
Probably about 10 years now.
And your special interest is with the parachute regiment.
So the German Fallschirmjäger is what we portray. We have a keen interest on it. I was a former British paratrooper for 24 years. Our history evolved from the German Fallschirmjäger from World War II, and then I kind of got into the joys, learning more about the tactics and the kit and equipment and the parachute side of it. And then I decided to join a group, and now I run a group which is Fallschirmjäger Regiment 2.
And you do enjoy it. Do you find it different between the German side and the British side, having been now doing the reenactments on the German and the actually real life with the British?
Well, if we talk World War II, the German Fallschirmjäger were more the founders, and they did a lot more experiments, and they took it further than anybody else. The Russians, the Americans, the British, the Italians, the Japanese, other nationalities. My interest with the German Fallschirmjäger is how brave, how courageous they were, the discipline, how they engineer things and how they move things forward. From that alone, the British found the airborne force in 1942, then the Americans also formed their airborne forces. So through the Germans, giving them a great advantage, then we, the British, then kind of took the lead, and then we formed our own airborne forces. The Americans did the same.
Well, thank you very much. That has been most fascinating, and we hope that you have a lovely weekend.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you very much indeed. That's Julie and Paul. Thank you, Julie. And hopefully we'll get a few more people to have a word with just a little bit later. But let's move around and see what else we've got coming up for you in just a couple of minutes. There we go. The flags are flying everywhere. And as I said, the weather is looking pretty good for this weekend. So, hey, pop down here. Be great to see you. Okay, let's get back to a little bit more action and give you a flavour of some of the aircraft that turned up just round about in between, when did they come back? 2 o'clock? In between 2 and 5. Let's go back to that. And also we'll have the Catalina coming up very, very soon. A couple of Dakotas. It's all coming up. Stay with Stu Bear and the gang right here. Stu Bear, Steve and Julie. And of course, Adi, who's down there, and he's been helping me all day, and he'll be helping me all over the weekend as well. He doesn't know that yet, but okay, stay with us. Let's get back to a little bit more flying action. Take it away, Mr. Bear.
We are the 82nd Airborne 505th RCT, and you're watching Airshow World with Stu Bear.
And don't worry, you will see those Dakotas very soon. But hey, it's time to get back to the live right down here. And as you can see, I mean, the flying finished down here, well, with the arrivals around about 5:30. That was the last item that came in. But as you can see, everybody is down here. They're getting ready for this absolutely unique weekend, and I believe it's the country's biggest gathering of these reenactors, because but the big bonus is, hey, especially for Airshow World and Stu Bear, there's a brilliant air show taking place. Now, I had a couple of questions in the chat room saying, Stu, what time does the air show start tomorrow? I believe it's around about 2 o'clock, right? Probably between 2 and around about 5, that sort of time. Okay, so hey, get yourselves down here in the morning. Where all these people down here, and let me move the camera around. As I said, they are setting up still at the moment, so there is lots of there is still modern vehicles about, but there's lots of tanks. There's lots of different fields down here as well, and you can hear gunshots going off. There'll be lots of that going on. There'll be lots of tanks in the fields. In fact, directly behind me, I don't know if I can move the let's move the camera around there, and that field there, they'll be having the reenactors with the tanks and everything else, and the, you name it, it'll be going on right down here. So that's in the morning, and but the guys will be there throughout the whole weekend, and in fact they're camping in these see, they're not just there for pretend. They are going to be actually sleeping in these tents. And over, let's see if we can see a few more tanks in the woods over that away, right? All around there, there's dugouts, and they are actually sleeping in these dugouts, right? So they are really, it's so authentic. You probably saw just before we went into that Catalina shot, we saw the guys in front of that vehicle with the guns. Hey, well, they in there, and lots of others. So tomorrow it'll really take action. As I said, when you come through the gates, you'll be thinking that you're way back in 1940 with all the atmosphere and everything else. And I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to bring you some of the atmosphere this evening down here. And of course, I shall be here tomorrow filming, Saturday, and of course on Sunday as well. I won't be doing a live show down here. I'll be busy concentrating on getting some really great video footage for you guys. Okay, and early next week, just like we did last week at Little Gransden, I'll be doing a special live from the studio. In this case, it'll be live from the edit van. I shall be down at Milden Hall but tomorrow night, I'm actually, it's a double date tomorrow, actually, filming down here in the daytime, and then very quickly hightailing it down to the model aircraft flying. That's in the daytime, but at night down at Weston Park, I shall be down there filming this pyrotechnics with lots of different things going on with aircraft, and that's down at Weston Park. So it's busy old day for Stu Bear and Airshow World. That's tomorrow, but Sunday I shall be here all day. Okay, let's get going with the next item that's coming up for you right now. Let's get back to those couple of Dakotas. We'll see those landing, and then of course I'll go straight back to the chat room. All right, so keep on putting the messages in, and I'll do my best to read them out in just a couple of minutes. Here we go, stay with us. And we'll be back with more arrivals just a little bit later. But right now, we've got another special guest. So I shall move the camera along and I shall leave it to Julie, our fantastic Julie over there, to do the introductions. Hey Julie, it's over to you.
At the moment I have Squadron Leader Downs, or Mark. So he's going to explain to us how he has got into reenactment and exactly what he's doing here this weekend at the Victory Show. Hello, Mark.
Hello, good evening. Well, how did I get into reenactment? So, about 20 years ago, we moved from London up to the northwest and decided we wanted a bit of a family activity. And I started off doing Roman reenactment because I live in Chester, so there's a link there. But the wife decided that it's not quite so pleasant standing in a wet field, so she wanted to do something different, moving to the 40s. Now actually my profession is in air traffic control. I've got a long history in air traffic control, so this is kind of a bit of a busman's holiday. So I do reenact what I do in real life. I work on airfields and stuff like that, so this is what I've done.
What is it, a certain airport that you work at?
Yes, I work at it's a place called Hardon Airport, which is in Chester, and it's got a long history to it. So 57 Operational Training Unit were based there. It's where the BBMF Lancaster was built. So great history. Air Transport Auxiliary were there, and they shipped out Wellingtons and Mosquitoes, and so yeah, that's where I work day to day. So there's a definite link all the way back.
There's a huge link. Plus, we all watch Hardon because of the Beluga.
Indeed.
And the Beluga XL.
Yep.
So what do you represent here this weekend in your reenactment life?
Okay, so what we've done is that we come here and we set up RAF Foxlands Farm. So we set up a small RAF unit, like a forward advanced station, where we're mainly camped out. But we've got with us, as well as quite a collection of flying personnel. We've actually got the ground crew, the ERCs, who are actually working on aircraft and servicing them, making sure they're ready to fly. We've also got the Air Transport Auxiliary with us as well, that would be ferrying aircraft in and out. Yeah, and that's what we're doing here.
Of course, the one big question is, how do you get your moustache like that?
A lot of work and a lot of wax.
Thank you very much, Squadron Leader.
Most welcome.
There we go, and a big smile to finish off with. Thank you very, very much, and thank you to Julie. Thank you, Julie. Hey, okay, let's see what else we've got. Hey, we've got a tank actually going by at the moment. And you're going to be seeing so much of this if you come down tomorrow. It's tomorrow and also Sunday from, is it 9 a.m. tomorrow, Steve? From 9 until 5 tomorrow. So hey, get yourself down here. It's fantastic value. If you want to get the full information, just check out the Victory website. Okay, just Google that and you will get all the information that you need. And as we mentioned earlier in the show, if you've got any family out there that are from, hey, how old would they be nowadays? But but hey, if you've got any veterans, right, and you can get them along here tomorrow, you'll get in absolutely free. Not just them, the whole family. So if you've got any veterans from the World War, obviously the Second World War, the 1940s, goodness gracious. As I said, you'll come through the door, you'll think you're in the 1940s. Hey, we're going to go back in a second to some more video action from today. But don't forget, I'm going to be filming all weekend right here. And we'll do a live from the studio show early next week, and we'll bring you the highlights and everything else that we've actually able to film tomorrow, because there's an air show going on. So that's why Stu Bear and the crew are right here, and I hope we're bringing you the atmosphere over here. And I tell you what, before I do go to the next item, Steve, young man, I just noticed your family are out there, that they're watching live, so it's only right that you say hi to them.
Hello everyone, hope you're all well. I hope everyone's happy at home, and say the little one's behaving. But no, it's great to see that you're watching as well, so thank you very much.
And tell me the names.
So you got Katie, my other half, Lucy, my little one, Vicky, my sister-in-law, and then my mother-in-law, father-in-law, Lynn and Eddie.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very, very much indeed. Right, hopefully we'll be able to bring you a few more interviews as the evening rolls along. But hey, look at that tank over there. That is absolutely... They're going to be moving all over the place tomorrow. You're going to think you're way back in time. In fact, we may bring you a few more shots of tanks moving about. Right, let's get back to some action. Don't forget, I'm not neglecting you guys in the chat room, but I'm sure you can understand it's a little bit it's a bit hectic at the moment. Hey, there's a guy going around here trying to get that old bike going. Look at that. Hey, okay, let's get back to some more aircraft action, because that's what Airshow World is all about. Let's hit it right now. Don't forget, it's all straight off the camera, unedited. So just, you know, you've got to bear with the bear. That's what it's all about. Here we go.
Hi, it's Charlie. I'm with V for Victory, and I'm currently portraying a civilian aviatrix just prior to World War II, and you're watching Airshow World with Stu Bear.
And there we go. That's what you get. Everybody is going to be in all their glory. You're gonna think, look at these guys coming along here. See, everybody's all dressed up. Let's have a look at this coming along. Steve, what's this?
I think I've got my nomenclature right. It's an M16 half track. It's got quad 50 cals on the back of it. It was used as mobile anti-aircraft artillery, supporting US armoured columns and British armoured columns during the Second World War.
There we go. I didn't have a clue. Thank you very, very much. You've been coming along here. You're really into this, aren't you, Steve?
Yeah, just a bit. It's a bit like Disneyland, this place for me.
Yeah? How many years have you been coming down here, Steve?
I've been coming here since 2012. Let's say there was the gap last year because of COVID, And it was rumoured that this was going to be the last show. That hasn't been confirmed yet. It may still be going on beyond this, but it's one of those things where if you're umming and ahhing about potentially coming down here, certainly make that decision now to attend, as we can't guarantee this will be going on in the future.
Well said. Absolutely. Get yourself down here. Support this absolutely brilliant event, and all laid on by well, the main man down here is Stephen Pepper, and the whole family have been working so hard. You can imagine, to put on an event like this, it is absolutely huge, and it's my first time actually being down here, and I've got to admit, I've been so impressed. And everybody is treated wonderfully. From the moment I arrived, I'm staying here on the campsite, and David over there absolutely looked after us. It's a marvellous weekend. In fact, we came down on Thursday, so if you ever want to come down here, you can camp. I've brought the van down. You can bring your caravan, you can bring your tent, and it's absolutely fantastic value. I think it was £30 for the whole weekend. Well, more than the weekend. So certainly pop down next year. But that's the campsite I'm talking about. But make sure, hey, we open up tomorrow for the public from 9 a.m. 9 till 5. And don't forget, it's not just the reenactment. There's the fabulous air show as well. Do we know anything about that vehicle going round?
Yes, I believe it's Cat and Kraut. I'm not sure if that's pronounced correctly. But if you might recognise it from the film Saving Private Ryan, it featured towards the end, the final battle, where they went out ahead to draw in the Germans to the town. If I remember correctly, it was mainly used as an aircraft tug on airfields, but it had all sorts of roles for a particularly good off-terrain vehicle.
Just look at this. This is wonderful. So pleased it's coming past, and we'll get a good view of this. But this is, as I said, just a small snippet of the weekend. Must admit, I didn't expect to see any of these going round this evening, so thank you guys for pulling out the stops, and but don't forget, they're going to be actually sleeping out. They've got the campfires lighting over there. In fact, I might need that in a bit. Okay, we're going to, before we go to the next particular item, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to say hi to a few people in the chat room. So I do apologise for neglecting you all, but hey, you know what it's like. We're not in the studio this evening, so it is a lot harder. We've got Jessica. Hello, Jessica. And John Bolland, Jim Gemmell, Robert Batista. Did someone say it was his birthday, Robert Batista's? I think it was. Who else have we got? Oh, we've got Mac Cat Lady. All right, that sounds very posh. Michaela, how's Michaela today? We've got Bradley Penny Aviation. We have also LT Viper Pilot over there in the USA, over in Seattle. Thank you, LT. Always wonderful to see you as well. Night Stalker, Marceline, Transport Guy, and yeah, I think we gave you the answer earlier to what time the air display is, from about 2 o'clock, I believe. Gary Inge, Mid-Atlantic. We have Phil Tovey saying, hi, Stu. Hope you're well. We're very good, my man. He's over there in Warwickshire. Hey, Warwickshire, that's just down the road. Get over here tomorrow and join Stu Bay and the gang and everybody else at this fantastic event that's going on tomorrow. And we have Keith. Hello, Keith. Jake Jackson. We'll give him another name check. Who else? We've got let's have a look. Michael. Hello, Michael. Who else? You see, I tell you what, you know what I'm like. My eyes are absolutely awful. It's crazy. Okay, we're going to go over to the next feature in just a moment. I'm just scrolling through the list, making sure I'm not missing too many people out. Colin the Best. Hello, Colin. Thank you for putting the message in. Alison Bowers. And keep on rocking and rolling through this list. Dickie McVitie, second name check for you this evening. Brad 737. We also have Vicky Abbott, which we know all about. Vicky, that's Steve's good lady and the family all watching this.
Just correct that. That's sister-in-law, not my other half. The other half's Katie.
Oh, I see. I don't know. John Bullen saying, hey, great show. Thank you, Stu and Julie and Steve. And he's put a real kind donation into the chat room. So, John, thank you very much for that. That really means a lot. And Andrew Austin, he said, the cars looks... Don't worry, the modern vehicles, they're all going to be gone for tomorrow. As I said, you're going to think you're way back in time, gone back in the TARDIS. All right, Steve Bradbury, hi to you. And Michaela Marshall says, we love Stu Bear. Well, Michaela, we love you as well. Hey, we've got a few more people that we may be able to say hi to in just a moment. But let's see if we can get to the next feature, okay? So let's get back into the video camera and go into the archives, well, of earlier today anyway. Okay, let's hit it, Mr. Bear. Okay, let's do it right now.
Hello, I'm Derek Head. I'm the Catalina pilot for this weekend at the air show here at Victory Show at Cosby. And for the moment you're watching Air Show World with Stu Bear.
Show.
Hi, good evening. So,
Hey, we're back with you. We're back. You're back with Stu Bear live, and we're going to have a quick word with Steve in just a moment. He's going to give us a little idea of what we can expect tomorrow and on Sunday. We will do that in just a moment. Before that, as you can see, more of the guys all setting up, and we are on a clip that I showed earlier, right, where the trees were all surrounding that section. This, you won't believe it, they're all camped out in those woods over there, and they'll be staying literally in dugouts over the weekend, camping out over there. Amazing. So if you do come over tomorrow, make sure you do go over there. But it's not just this field, there's lots of different fields. We have, this is the main field where everybody's all camping out, and you'll be able to go round. And tomorrow, if you come here, you'll see them just outside brewing cups of teas and everything else, and you will think, as I said, It's the 1940s, goodness. But behind me, we showed you the view behind. I will do a wide pan before we actually finish the show again, just so you know the lay of the land. As far as the airfield is concerned, well, that is, we're just sort of pointing in that direction, and we can't see it very well at the moment, but obviously you saw it on the videos of the aircraft actually arriving. It sort of runs in that direction, and I'm sure you'll agree the actual landing shots that you were seeing today, because that's all we had, just a quick fly past and the landing, because obviously the air show is taking place tomorrow. But those landing shots, I couldn't believe it. The backdrop is absolutely beautiful, and so if you're into taking your videos or your photographs, I think you will not be disappointed by the results that you will get down here. So certainly pop over, it'll be great to see you, and you never know, you could always bump into the bear. But to tell you who we're going to bump into right now, we're going to bump into our Steve. Okay, so I'll just get him to go round the other way, and Steve's going to give us a bit of a run through, let us know what time it opens here tomorrow, and also what we can expect to see. Hey Steve, there you go.
Hello. So Stu's mentioned quite a lot of what's on the show, and you've seen already on some of the clips. But to go through actually more detail, so the showground will open about 9-10 o'clock tomorrow morning. When you come in, there's plenty on site to see, lots of different encampments covering all different theatres in the Second World War. There are a lot of very detailed, expertly set up sites. A lot of them do look like film sets in themselves. You have a wooded area to your left as you come in. In there, there's British Airborne set up in there in foxholes. There's American 82nd, they're set up in there as well. Armour-wise on site, there are 4 Shermans, 3 of those M4A1s, one of them is the M4A3, and the A3 is featured in the film Fury, portraying Lucy Sue. It doesn't look like that now, it's completely different, but it's the same vehicle. There's also an M10 Jackson tank destroyer. They've actually got on site a very large American anti-aircraft gun, which I've not seen before. German armour-wise, there is a replica Stug, a Sturmgeschütz armoured assault vehicle. That featured in Band of Brother and has been in lots of different TV and film series since. At 2 o'clock, around 1-2 o'clock, the battle will take place, say, in the main field.
And that's over there, yeah?
Yeah, this is over here. The way that's set up, you'll have a lot of German infantry in the foreground. You have the bank you can view from on the left as well. The American armour will come in from the road. They employ, so there's artillery support, anti-tank guns set up as well. There is a German pillbox set up. You'll have a machine gun emplacements and everything. And it's always actually an incredibly good setup. It's very well done. It's a highlight I'd recommend for anyone to attend of any event throughout the year. Aircraft wise, there's 4 Spitfires, a Mark 5, a Mark 9, which we showed earlier. That's its first show here. The grey Spitfire, which is a 2-seater conversion from a Mark 9, and there's a Mark 14 Griffin engine Spitfire, which will be the first time that's here. American aircraft wise, there's a P-47 Thunderbolt Nellie B, that's going to be here. P-51D Mustang Miss Helen, TF-51 Mustang Contrary Mary, that's on the list. You've got 2 Dakotas on site, something which has never been seen here before. There's usually been 1. You've got 2 on site, 2 on the ground operating. A third is going to be in the air, operated by the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. The Catalina is on the ground here as well. It's the first time that's operated from here. And there's going to be 2 Hurricanes, I believe, on the programme as well. One of those is currently on the ground. It's a Dunkirk veteran with the black and white underside colours. And lastly, there is, if that's not enough, there will be an Avro Anson taking part here, which again is the first time that's appeared here. So again, if that's all enough, you can't fit it in one day, there is a second day, you can come back again. And I've done that multiple days over weekends before in the past, and it's definitely highly recommended. So if you're on the fence about attending, I certainly would definitely make that call now to attend. And as you say, you can pay on the gate, but it is cash only. Just bear that in mind.
Thank you very much there, Steve. Cheers, top man. And you've got it all. He knows his stuff, doesn't he, hey? And you've seen Steve before. He's featured several times on Airshow World, and also his daughter Chloe has Chloe, she's been on Airshow World. She did that fantastic introduction that she did when we were down at Mildenhall. Talking of Mildenhall, yes, that's where I shall be from probably Monday afternoon, so definitely look out for some live streams coming from Mildenhall all next week. But got a couple of other little things to show you before we actually go, because whereabouts are we? We're down here at Cosford. No,
Cosby.
We're
Like
down
Dean
here
Cosby.
at the reason I said because I'm down there near there tomorrow. Right, but don't say that too loud. We're down here at Cosby, South Leicestershire. Now, the folks down here in the village, they have done something absolutely special, and I think this is going to be on for the next week or two. If this will interest, this will interest Julie, into anybody into knitting or crochet or anything like that. If you come down to this area, have a look at the village. I'm going to show you a couple of little video clips before we actually leave you of what they have done down here at Cosby. Have a look at this. I was astounded when I went round and filmed this for you. Have a look at this. Here we go. And there we go. That was just amazing. So if you come down, if you're in the location or whatever, certainly pop over and go around the village. And I don't know how long it's on for, but all of those things, that, like the aeroplane that was moving, they've all been knitted or crocheted. Absolutely. How they make an aeroplane that big out of doing crochet, I will never ever know. But to everybody down here at this location here,
Cosby, Victory
Cosby,
Show.
thank you very much. Down at Cosby. So I've got a million things going on in my head at the moment, and I've not eaten all day either, I tell you. It's been one of those sort of days. But hey, thanks everybody for joining us on this special live edition right here at, it's totally unique, I tell you. If you're coming down, we mentioned it a few times, if you've got any family veterans from the Second World War, if they are still around, bring them down and they'll get the full VIP treatment, and not just that, but your whole family as well. Okay, you'll have a very special day and you'll get in for free, and you'll be over in the VIP enclosure with drinks and everything, and you name it. They're still going about. They're going to be driving around and literally having a great time here, no doubt, for the rest of the evening. But hey, that almost wraps things up for tonight. Gotta say thank you so much to everybody in the chat room. Make sure that you have those notifications working, because next week I could be live at any time, okay, because we're going to be down at Mildenhall. But for the next couple of days, it's going to be busy time for Airshow World, filming this brilliant air show, and look out for the highlights. We'll do a special show for that over the next few days. So Airshow World, it is the place to be. Oh, I tell you what, I must mention, when we did that particular video clip, I've got to say hi to you see that little lady that was in there? That was Molly from Ellistown. And so Molly and her mum, thank you very much for they wanted me to show those pictures. Right, let's have a look. Let's say bye to the gang. We've got our 80 down there. 80, give us a wave. There's 80. And look at these two, hey. There's Steve.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody. You sounded like...
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. And Julie, what does Julie say?
Goodbye, everybody. Good night. Are you missing me? Because I've not been in chat room for, in case anybody's not noticed, I've not been in chat room for about 3 weeks.
You've been gallivanting all over the place, haven't you, hey?
Yes.
And yeah, we've missed you. But hey, we've certainly made up for it tonight.
We have,
because...
and yesterday as well.
Yeah.
And you getting up at stupid o'clock.
Stupid o'clock. Hey, 6 o'clock in the morning is not stupid o'clock. That's normal. That's normal for bears.
Not when there's aircraft involved.
As soon as the sun rises, you know, the bear is up. But the only thing is, when the sun sets, the bear goes to bed. And
Yeah,
I tell you
not
what,
tonight. Not tonight.
that's why I'm getting so tired now. It's been a long old day, and it's going to be a busy day tomorrow as well, filming all day down here, and then very, very quickly popping over to Western Park, near, it's over Shifnal, isn't it? Near, over Wolverhampton way.
I personally have no idea.
They've got a great event tomorrow night. But from Stu Bear and the rest of the gang, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody, the reenactors that came up and had a word with us, and also all the people that took part earlier in the day on those fantastic clips where they were saying, hey, it's Stu Bear, and all of that. Thank you to all of them. Thank you to the organisers down here at this unique occasion. It is the Victory Show 2021. Don't miss it. 9 o'clock tomorrow. Come down. You can pay at the door. From everybody, we're going to move the camera around one last time and do a big wave. Thank you and good night.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.